I don't know about you guys, but I am very excited about Barcelona's season. I strongly believe that Hansi Flick will be doing very strong things for us and bringing us great results. I know that right now there's a lot of pessimism within the Barcelona fan base because so far we have been unable to achieve the 2 signings that we wanted, and we are already on August 2nd. We have about 14 to 15 more days before the debut of La Liga, and it's important for us to make these signings as early as possible so we can include these players into the team as fast as possible because we want them to gel with our current squad. And so I understand the pessimism and also the frustration, but I'm very optimistic on what Barcelona can do, and mainly because of La Masia. Hansi Flick was not joking when he said about a month ago that he was very excited for La Masia in this upcoming season. That's all he was talking about when he first arrived, because he was very surprised by the level of many of the La Masia players. Like for example, right, one of the positions that we have been wanting to reinforce is the pivot position, and today I think that it is safe to say that we do have 2 great candidates that can be included into Barcelona's first team to reinforce that position, and that is the reason why I am making this video, is to speak about 3 total La Masia players. Player number 1 will be Marc Casado, and player number 2 will be Marc Bernal. And then later in the video we're also going to be talking about Barcelona's future left back, which is Gerard Martin. So this is going to be a very exciting video. I hope you guys do enjoy it. If you guys are new here, welcome to the channel. I'm happy that you guys are here. If you guys are Barcelona fans, this will be the channel for you. This is where we do talk about everything regarding FC Barcelona, from La Masia to Barça Athletic to player profiles to match reviews to basically everything. We do fully cover Barcelona here, and so if that thing is for you, please subscribe to the channel. And also, if you do want to support this YouTube channel, like this video, and maybe if you can, become a member of this YouTube channel, where you are going to gain massive perks. Becoming a member on this YouTube channel would allow you to see the Q&A videos. You guys can ask me whatever you guys do want. It is going to be for like 15-20 minutes, so it is longer form type of videos. There's also going to be live game reactions as another perk, where for example, if we do face Real Madrid in one night, I will be going live and you guys can tune in if you guys do want. Another perk will be Barça Athletic content. I am going to be analyzing their games and to see who is prospering and who is not, and who has the potential to go to the first team. So many match reviews will be held by me for Barça Athletic. Another perk you will also receive by becoming a member is by also having very deep nerdy analysis on certain players. It's more of the tactical understanding on why players do what they do. And the last perk that you will receive will be the shout out on every video. You will be seeing your name in the beginning or in the end of every video I do post on the main channel. And so let's talk about Marc Casado and Marc Bernal first. There was this 2-2 friendly draw against Manchester City in Orlando. Marc Casado and Marc Bernal impressed many Barcelona fans and especially the coach, and it was sparking a lot of debates about whether we should be signing a brand new holding midfielder. It does seem like Barcelona may be covered there, because look, in the past year we have been on a search, right, to find a player that can replace Sergio Busquets. Sergio Busquets left to Inter Miami after 15 seasons at Barcelona, making 722 appearances, and finding a deep line playmaker like him has been so challenging. Back when Xavi first started, he wanted to make a double pivot of Eric Garcia and Frankie de Jong, but there was not enough stability. A few months later, Xavi Hernandez just said, okay, I think that the best pairing within the double pivot is Sergio Busquets and Frankie de Jong, and it worked, right? That double pivot delivered us our first La Liga title in 4 years. But then after that great La Liga title win and having a great pairing between Frankie and Busquets decided to leave in the summer of 2023. So the search began, and we started off back in August 2023 with Oriol Romeo being a great candidate. He came from Girona. In the beginning, he looked very promising and having a great chemistry with Frankie de Jong, but ever since Frankie de Jong got injured at the end of September of 2023, Oriol Romeo's performance also declined and his confidence was going lower and lower, and overall he just became a very bad player for Barcelona, always losing balls, always misplacing passes. And so eventually in that season, Xavi Hernandez opted for Christensen and Frankie de Jong in the double pivot position, and that was the idea moving forward for the rest of the season. So fast forward to this summer, of course, right, we always saw as reinforcing the CDM position as a priority, but we saw Hansi Flick come in and he said the priority is going to be the left wing position. And so we have been pushing for the signing of Nico Williams and also the signing of Dani Olmo, who is a attacking midfielder, but we haven't really put a lot of focus on signing a brand new pivot. And even with Mikel Merino, he's going to be going to Arsenal. But just out of nowhere, ever since we started this preseason, La Masia came in yet again and brought us and introduced us Marc Casado and Marc Bernal, and Hansi Flick is very impressed. Starting with Marc Casado, Casado, right? Last season, Marc Casado captained Barça Athletic under Rafa Marquez's team. Sometimes he did play as a fullback and also as a attacking midfielder, and that was mainly because Hector Fort went to the first team. So there needed to be some sort of adaptability for Marc Casado and to reinforce certain positions within the starting 11, and Casado did very well. He also recently just signed a renewal with Barcelona until 2028 and is going to be integrated into the first team of Hansi Flick. Many have compared him to Joshua Kimmich because of what he has been doing with Barça Athletic, right? Playing as a midfielder and also playing as a right back. So he has been known for his vision, his game reading, and his love for tactics. He made his senior debut under Xavi back in November 2022, and Casado is a very passionate Barcelona fan who joined the academy back in 2016. Let me tell you guys, this guy here is not only just a Barcelona fan and a Barcelona player, but he loves tactics. He loves it. It has been said through some sources that he does like to have a lot of tactical discussions with the coaches, and even though some players and some teammates do find that very boring, Casado is very engaged by it, and he's always asking questions, having discussions about football for hours, and that is why his dedication to understanding the game sets him apart from many other players. I do see this player as a player who can play not only within a double pivot, but also as a number 8. Look at that pass that he made against Manchester City. He really does know how to play up top, and so if we ever do need him in the number 8 position, it is very much possible, or he can become the second highest midfielder within the midfield 3. Moving on towards Marc Bernal, and to start things off, Pep Guardiola praised the player after the match, and this is what he stated: Marc Bernal has seemed extraordinary to me, how he controls and how he does play, which is true. His potential is immense. At 17 years old, Bernal is already a very haunting 6'3" monster. He's very imposing, and he can play in a holding role or closer to the box, and he has been at La Masia for 10 years, and he has been seen as a player very similar to Sergio Busquets and Rodri. They do have the same playing styles, and they do have the same, almost the same height, right? Bernal is very tall, right? Being 6'3" as a midfielder is seen as a giant within the masses of La Masia players. There were many offers coming from England, Germany, and other teams in La Liga that wanted Marc Bernal, but he has rejected all of them, and Barcelona, if anything, only want to continue with the player. Bernal remains committed to making it to the Barcelona first team. Club sources have also claimed that he has improved his aerial play, and he will have a strong physique once he does finish growing, because he's only 17, right? And he's 6'3". Can you imagine how tall and how wide he will be when he's 18 or 19 years old? He does have a few inches left. Marc Bernal and his game embodies the Barcelona philosophy, seamlessly translating to every level of the club with ease. His supreme level of composure and awareness consistently keeps him one step ahead on the pitch. His possession play is also excellent, right? He excels in possession, and that's a key aspect in Barcelona style. His ability to retain the ball is impressive, largely due to his preferences in safer passes, and also because he knows how to protect the ball with his body. He always does seem like a safe option. He also does possess a keen eye for more vertical, forward-thinking type of plays, demonstrating his versatility and tactical intelligence. So when he needs to, he can be very vertical with the ball. A lot of coaches in La Masia saw this as a problem, but under Hansi Flick and his new philosophy, and looking at how vertical they do want to play, I believe that his strengths is really going to benefit what Hansi Flick is going to be demanding. And just the amount of tackles and defensive awareness that he had against Manchester City, he does look very reliable. So I want to see more. I want to see Marc Bernal go up against Real Madrid. It is going to be a true test, so we can finally see just where his place is actually at within the first team. And so overall, I'm really happy to see the rise of these two players. They also contributed in Pau Victor's opening goal on the 24th minute against Man City. And also, it remains to be seen whether Casado will be starting with Frenkie de Jong in the double pivot position, or if it's going to be Marc Bernal with Frenkie de Jong, or could it be Casado and Marc Bernal as the main two players in the midfield. So now moving on towards the next conversation, and I do want to speak about Gerard Martin. Now, to give you guys context, last season the left back position looked very reinforced. We had Alejandro Balde, we had Cancelo, and Hector Fort, because on the right side, Jules Koundé could not be moved. There was just no way. But I believe that going into this season, that left back position is going to look a lot different. Cancelo may not be with us. Barcelona do not want to pay no more than 10 million euros for the player. So it does seem like Cancelo may go back to Manchester City or go to a different club unless Man City say okay to a loan. But Cancelo most likely will not be with us. As for Hector Fort, he will be going back to the right back position. Hansi Flick does see him as a true right back and wants him to be one of the solutions in case Jules Koundé does get injured. It is going to be Hector Fort, Koundé, and Julian Araujo to reinforce the right back position, which means that when you look at the left back position, the only true player there is Alejandro Balde and nobody else. Maybe we can say Mikael Faye, but as of now, it just seems like it's only Balde. And this is where Gerard Martin comes in. It says here, according to Fernando Polo, that Gerard Martin could be a big surprise of the USA tour. At the club, they see him as a Valdez backup. His physical strength, defensive abilities, and his performances have impressed Flick and his technical staff, which is true. When I saw this player go up against Man City, his defensive awareness was really good. Now, to make things very clear, Gerard Martin is not really a La Masia player. He joined Barcelona back on July 2023, the exact same summer Mikhail Faye and Noadarovic came in. He came from UE Cornea after being there for 4 years. And once he joined Barça Athletic last summer, he played 41 total matches, right? Rafa Marquez really needed the player in every game. He was probably one of the most used players at Barça Athletic. So to me, I see him as a promising talent. I do have high hopes for him at Barcelona. And it has been said that Barcelona have immense faith in Gerard Martin. His outstanding performance against Man City has convinced the coaches that he should remain in the first team even after the USA tour. He is a 22-year-old defender, so not one of the youngest, but his offensive and defensive game is very even and well balanced. Also, as soon as Hansi did join the club, he requested multiple reports and videos on Martin's performances in grassroots football, which immediately caught his attention. And just like Marc Bernal, there were many teams in Spain, Germany, and in Italy that wanted the player, but he has denied all those clubs because he wants to have continuity at Barcelona, and Barcelona will be looking to renew the player as fast as possible, so expect for talks to be held very soon. And so that is it. That is going to be wrapping up today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.